Yo guys, what's going on? Ruthless Rain here with another video. Wow, May 2020 and it is Poke-mania. First of all, Pokemon's had a really good few months, even with the whole coronavirus situation, mainly because people have there's a lot of reasons, but PSA was closed for a while there. People were staying home, saving money, online shopping a lot more. There's a lot of different reasons, but Pokemon prices have been going pretty bonkers. I could do a whole separate video on that, so I'm not going to talk about it too much in this video. This is just going to be a short little video about Poke-mania. It's a PSA collector's special on their quarterly special, and I believe that's from now to the end of June. Now, basically, the quarterly special, it's called Poke-mania, and it is seriously tempting. Like, it is a generous deal. And it's actually such a generous deal that if you actually saw my last video, when I was looking for Pokemon deals, I put out a stack like this big of like cards that were just in sleeves. And I'm like, I don't really know what to do with these. Like, they're cool cards. I want to get them graded, but they're not really worth it. Well, this submission is where we're going to go through those cards that we're sending to PSA that are those cards exactly. Definitely worth it. Like, there's promos in here. There's like holos. There's first editions. There's all sorts of cool stuff. It's just, it wasn't really worth spending like 20 bucks a card to get it graded. PSA though, Poke-mania, okay, get this, $7.50 a card. That in itself is like almost as cheap as it's ever gotten. The cheapest it used to be was bulk, $7 a card if you had to do a 100 card minimum, right? Problem with that is, it's actually a lot of cards to send in. Like, that's actually a lot of cards. Normally, it's a 50 card minimum under bulk, which they don't even call that anymore. But now they've lowered it to only 25 card minimum for Poke-mania. I am jumping on that. We have 30 cards here. We're going to go through them, semi quickly, but just show them off a bit. They're not, like, I know, first of all, that these are not all PSA 10. Like, there's a lot of cards that are maybe easy PSA, not guaranteed PSA 9 or 8s. But the way Pokemon prices are going, like, you can't actually go too wrong at the moment. Like, even the 9s are worth money, and even the 8s are worth money. It's been pretty a crazy time. And honestly, if you listen to my channel over the last few years, what have I been saying the whole time? I've been saying things like, there's limited supply. There's only so many out there. Every time someone like me, goes along and buys this Alakazam Holo, this was in a collection and it's not going to be sold. Over time, just keep imagining that going around and around and around and Pokemon getting more interest. There's less supply. Yeah, I mean, there's still lots of cards for sale, but the prices are going up, particularly in like the high-end cards. So without further ado, there's about 30 cards here. I'm waiting for another 1 or 2 in the mail, but I wanted to show you guys these cards so we can basically, when those 2 more cards come in the mail, I could just straight away go to the post box and send these off. So without further ado, let's go into it. Devolution Spray is the first card here. This is a rare. What makes this cool is this is actually a base set first edition rare. As you can see, it is a bit off center with a bit of an extra down the bottom there, but that being said, it's a first edition base set rare, so it's just cool to own not non-stop. It's cool to own no matter what. That's what I meant to say. Coming up, much from the same pattern, it's a super energy removal. Again, it's a rare from first edition base set, so it should be in a freaking museum. Really, pretty good condition, probably about an 8. On the same trend, we have a beautiful Doug Trio. Again, probably around an 8, but you know what? They're rare first edition. Like, there's only so many of these out there, and like, over time, these will become more and more scarce, because people are just happy to own the rares. That's how hard it is to get the cards. Next up, we have Clefairy Dog, looking at that really cool old school 90s kind of animation. That one's not too bad. That's a rare as well. It's just waiting for the camera to focus, and I would say that's probably around a PSA 8. Just a random card I'm chucking in there because I might as well. Actually, a Fire Energy First Edition base set card, which is pretty cool. Again, the condition's not too bad, around the 8 range. Actually, maybe the 8 or 7. We'll see. Coming into some random cards I've come across. I'm just putting them in for fun because I've collected them over years, and I think, why not? Most of these are decent condition. This is a Red Pikachu. Red Pikachu, beautiful kind of pattern. Look at those stars. It looks like it's animated. If you go like that, so that's a Japanese exclusive promo. And yeah, that's a pretty nice card. And this one's actually in nice condition. So maybe our first PSA 10 potential here. Don't be alarmed too much. Also, when you're looking at the cards, that there is bits and pieces on the sleeves. That also is an important thing to consider when you're looking at cards online on eBay. Sometimes when people have a card like this, for example, in a sleeve, you can't actually see that like scratches and marks on the sleeve, not the card. I don't actually know what this is exactly, but it is from the Pokemon Center Toku. So I believe that's in Japan. So really cute little Pikachu here with the Rowlet hat, I believe it is. Again, I have no much idea what it's worth or anything, but very cool and worth grading. We have a Manitrek pre-release. This is from a 2005 series. Don't know exact series, but I love all the old school pre-release cards. They're pretty damn cool. Pretty good condition, probably 9 or 10. So we'll chuck that one in. Next, coming up, we have a Omanyte. Now, this one is like an example of a card that, you know, it's not worth a lot of money, but I just think it's cool. Like, it's got beautiful blue. This one's actually in really nice condition, so it's a genuine 10 contender. And like, look at that artwork, like the beautiful Omanyte, those little eyes there, and even that little kind of structure in the background. That's pretty cool with the sunset. Just some really extraordinary classic WotC artwork. So I think it's worth it. Coming away from WotC artwork to something a bit newer. I don't actually know where I got this in particular, but I believe this was a Hidden Fates tin topper. If that makes any sense. Hidden Fates was, I had a lot of fun with that set. Me and my wife were smashing it out trying to find the Black Charizard, but we didn't find them. I didn't realize that, like, I kind of knew, but the chance is like 1 in 350 packs. Like, it's a terrible pull rate. But that's just a Charizard holo, so why not? This card I love. This is beautiful. This is one of my favorite newer cards. I actually have another one coming, so I'll be sending 2 in. So when I get the returns, guys, there'll be 2 of these. But I really like this card because I call it the Cathedral Legendary Birds. That's what I just call it myself. No one else probably calls that, but it's just got that Cathedral epic stained glass look. And it's just fantastic. You know, Zapdos, Articuno, Moltres, just beautiful. Beautiful stance of the birds and the cathedral style glass panels. Just beautiful. I was actually sleeving this morning and I was touching it and it's got like a really fine, like, you can feel the little ridges as you go across the card. It's quite cool. I actually just looked for fun on the PSA pop report, and there's like 700 of these in PSA 10. So I'm like, people have definitely got onto that one. But it's just evolutions, reverse holo Charizard, nothing too crazy, but I thought, why not? This one I'd love to. I'm trying to finish the W Gold Stamp series, so that's a really cool, unique little set. If you're looking for something to pick up, just Google Pokemon W Gold Stamp for all the details. This one I don't have yet. And I need it in the 10 desperately, though unfortunately with this little bit of whitening where my thumbs are, probably around the 9 range. But you know what? Really cool. And I might do a separate video about the W Gold Stamp series. Now, I do have in this set a few base set 2 holos. Base set 2 has been getting a little bit more love. Reason being that booster boxes are going up crazy. Base set 2 has been like, I think it's cool. I know it's not top tier, but I think it's cool. It has its own place. It's quite nice. So this is a nice Alakazam, number 1 of the base set 2. Card condition's pretty nice. If we look at the back, not bad. Probably a 9, just with a little bit edges there, but still a 9's quite respectable. Coming along, we have the big boy Nidoking in the base set 2. Such a classic artwork, that big badass. He is also pretty good, probably around the 9 range. And then randomly, my cards, I've had these cards in set order and then I flicked through them quickly and I accidentally took them out of order. But this is a Dark Arbok, down the W Gold Stamp. This one actually came from a Hong Kong promotion. There's only about 60 of these in PSA 10 in the world. I'm actually trying to acquire one at the moment. And yeah, I mean, I think a card like this is pretty cool because, like, if you think about the PSA 10 version, I mean, how many more sealed out there are there? Probably not that many by now. This is much like the Omanyte. This is just a classic, like the Butterfree. One of the most beautiful artworks for a non-holo, particularly from Jungle. I think the best Jungle non-holo artwork just right off the gate. This one's a first edition. Just an interesting fact about this one. This is the first edition and actually just says number 1. A lot of these have the D there. The 1 is actually printed out as a D. And believe it or not, a bit of interesting trivia. As far as I've done from my research, this version is more rare than the D version. The D version is a well-known error. In fact, I would say it's one of the best well-known errors. Very common, but beautiful artwork. And I think a beautiful 10 contender. Look at that, like just the beautiful flowers. That's just fantastic artwork. Top notch. Now, this card will cause just a tiny bit of controversy. From my last submission, I did crack 1 PSA case open. Now, I got 15 cards back and 2 were 10s. So there was 13 cards there that weren't 10s. And this was the one that bugged me. This is a really nice card, and I thought PSA was just too harsh on it. I don't often crack cases. Like I own 150 cards and I've only ever cracked like 3 cases. But I personally think this is a really good chance for a 10. And the difference between a 9 and 10 value is pretty ridiculous. So from mathematically, for $7.50, I can get this graded, and I think it has a good chance of a 10. And that card's worth more like, I think this is probably worth about $600 in a 10. It's really super clean. It's a lovely card. Of course, a bit hard to show off perfectly in the sleeve, but you have to trust me, there is no scratches on it. And I think it's in quite nice nick. So hopefully that gets a 10. And if that does get a 10, it will prove my theory that it is worth cracking cases sometimes. Coming up, a Dark Arbok Hollow. This one's just a nice one. Beautiful little swell down here. This one's not in amazing condition. Probably about a 9. Armadillo. I believe this is Sandstorm or Legend Maker. I don't have many of those cards at all from those sets. Just a nice card I picked up on eBay. Pretty cheap. Again, pretty good condition and maybe a 10. These cards, honestly, you could do a whole separate video on these 2 cards, the Dark Magnetons. An insanely hard card to get in PSA 10 because of print lines and also just general whitening. These 2 are probably more like 9s and 8s, but I figured, the way Pokemon prices are going, for $7.50 a card, $15 total for 2, I'll probably make more money off these being graded than just sitting in the sleeves. So sending them off, plus, worth taking a chance for a 10 anyway. Hitmonlee, which I don't have in Fossil yet, which is quite cool. So he just snuck in. I believe I picked up this guy probably like a couple of weeks after I sent my previous submission off in November. So he just missed out in going in. Though he doesn't have a tiny bit of whitening, but maybe around the 8 range. Dustox, not quite a cool butterfly kind of style card. Again, I don't know. I think this is Sandstorm or Legend Maker. Correct me if I'm wrong. Quite nice, actually. This one's probably a 10 contender. Beautiful. Here's a nice one. Dark Alakazam. Now, this is one of the bargains I picked up. Did mention it in another video. I really do need this one in PSA 10 because I don't have that at all. It's got a nice swirl just where my finger is if I show it off in the right light. Kind of there it is. So really hopeful for that in 10 because Team Rocket is a good set. I want to finish in hollows and I'm pretty close. Just missing a few of the big ones like Magneton and stuff. Oops, sorry. So we'll see how we go with this one, but hopeful. This is just a random guy. You guys are going to think, what the hell is going on? But I just like this card, Misty's Seal. Just a cute little card. Gym Heroes, Misty's Pokemon. Quite nice condition. Genuine 10 contender. Poliwrath got mixed in here somehow. Not a bad, pretty nice condition, that one. No real scratches on the hollow, I can see. And the back is reasonable, probably about a 9. I noticed one thing about like how my expectation of card now with PSA is like, I used to be like, yep, look at the card and go, yep, it's pretty good. Should be a 10. Now, like, I'm just like kind of setting my expectation at 9s. That way I don't, oh, there's a beautiful swell just there. Look at that. I'm setting my expectation at 9s. So I don't get disappointed. It's just a mental thing, I think. That's not a bad card. Probably around a 9, maybe 10, probably a 9. Pretty nice. Just a couple to go. Just finish off with a few base set 2s. These 2 are quite hard to get in 10s because of print line issues. We have the Clefable here, which is nice, and the back is just okay. And the Wigglytuff is also a really expensive 10 because of the hard to get in PSA 10, and I think that's probably about a 9 too. So yeah, there's a little submission for you guys. What do you guys reckon? Wasn't planning on sending this one off, but at $7.50 a card, 25 card minimum. I don't think you can go too wrong. Like these are cool cards to have. Like the way Pokemon prices are going, they're going up and up and up. And it's nice to have these in. I don't know. I just personally am the type of person who thinks I'd rather have these cards in a nice PSA case or slab and protected instead of just sitting around in my containers just like this for years and years and years. I'd rather get it done. I may sell some of them. For example, if this got a 10, I'd probably sell that. Evolutions Reverse Holo Charizard, I don't really need, but maybe I can sell that. I'll probably keep this one. So we'll just see how we go. Just a real little submission there. I thought it'd be fun to show off to you guys. Does anyone have any favorites from this submission? Let me know out below. Please subscribe. Do appreciate when you guys subscribe because it really keeps me motivated working towards 500 subscribers, which would be awesome. And yeah, look, sending this off probably in the next week, which should probably be in roughly 20th of May. And look, who knows how long it will take. I mean, I've heard stories on Elite Forum that, some people have been getting their submissions back in a month. Others have taken, it could take 3 months. The thing is, at $7.50 a card, you can't be too picky. You kind of just get what you get. So let's see what happens, and let's have fun. And yeah, I'll definitely do a video when it comes back. Thanks for tuning in today, guys. Take it easy, whatever you're up to. Ruthless Rain checking out. See you later.